Dr. Lipschitz, a famous child psychiatrist, is to join the gang for dinner at the Pickles' house. While Lipschitz is there, Stu, Lou, and Chaz decide to ditch for a baseball game. When Dee Dee realizes this, she becomes upset at the men. Dr. Lipschitz coaxes her into going to the baseball game to retrieve her husband and take a stand. Believing Tommy and Chuckie to be at the game with the men, Dee Dee accidentally leaves the two alone with Dr. Lipschitz, who made the excuse that he would read one of his books until Dee Dee returns. Tommy and Chuckie try to hide from Lipschitz by hiding under the armchair. Believing that he has the house to himself, Lipschitz begins to help himself to the privileges of the house. He takes the food from the refrigerator and starts watching TV. When the babies notice him sitting on the armchair, they proceed to hide behind Stu's robe in the bathroom. When the doctor finishes his meal, a bubble bath commercial comes on that says, "So luxurious, so soothing. There's nothing like a nice warm bath with Chemzyme bath products." This entices Dr. Lipschitz to take a bubble bath. As he runs to the bath, hums the German anthem, and begins to undress, the babies try to quietly exit the room. As Lipschitz sinks into the bubbles and warm water with a great sigh of pleasure, Tommy and Chuckie finally reach the door. However, the door makes a loud creaking sound, startling Lipschitz and causing him to emerge from the bubbles and realize that the babies were in the house with the whole time. Tommy and Chuckie begin to cry, and Lipschitz puts on Stu's robe before he takes the babies to Tommy's room. He tries many techniques, funny faces, bottles, diapers, to calm the babies down, but it's no use. Frustrated, he breaks down, cries, and has a tantrum on the floor, leading Tommy and Chuckie to believe that he's a baby, not a mommy, as they had originally thought. The babies become friendly with him and climb on his back, and Lipschitz is amazed at how all they wanted to do was play. The three play together for a while, and when the parents come home, they find Lipschitz in Stu's bathroom, and the children asleep on the couch. Dee Dee tries to apologize to him, but Lipschitz claims he owes her thanks, and he has revised his book series thanks to her little Rugrats. He informs them that they will be the first to receive copies of his upcoming manual. As the gang and the doctor take one last photo together and say cheese, Lipschitz really believes there is cheese, turns around and asks where it is as the photo is taken. Tommy and Chuckie are tired of being babies. It seems that everything they want to do they can't because they're kids. Angelica manages to tattle on Tommy and Chuckie after they get a hold of Dee Dee's lipstick, which Angelica had given to them. Tommy says it'll be great when they're grown-ups and can do anything they want. Chuckie asks what they'll do, and it dissolves into a fantasy in which Tommy and Chuckie are adults, though still with their baby voices. Tommy explains that they'll be able to eat whatever they want for breakfast, and every meal for that matters. For Tommy, this means every cabinet in the kitchen is stuffed with dozens of boxes of Reptar cereal. The two of them eagerly gobble down bowls of Reptar cereal before heading off to work. On the way to work, Tommy drives not only extremely fast, but also recklessly as well. Chuckie warns Tommy they're going to get a ticket if he doesn't stop, but Tommy says he wants to get a ticket because it's a good thing. Moments later, they are pulled over by a motorcycle cop who looks and sounds like Angelica, who tells Tommy he is going 1,000 miles an hour and just earned himself a ticket. The cop hands Tommy the ticket, who happily exclaims it's for Reptar on Ice. They arrive at the office building they work in. It's filled with hundreds of other adult babies, including Phil and Lil, who run around literally pushing papers around with giant brooms all day. Tommy and Chuckie happily play until a voice over the intercom says the boss wants to see them right away. Tommy and Chuckie nervously take the elevator up to the top floor and make their way down the hall to the boss's office, which is populated by giant portraits of evil-looking people. When they reach the office, it's revealed that Angelica, who's much bigger than they are, is the boss. Angelica tells them they're not big, they're just big babies, and they're fired. At her words, the office erupts in flames, and Tommy and Chuckie flee the office and run back to the elevator. The portraits come to life and try to stop the babies, but they make it to the elevator and back down the new empty lobby. But it turns out the doors are locked, and Angelica and her robot minions are going to catch them. Chuckie says he doesn't want to be a big people anymore and wants to be a little again. Tommy says the only way is to punch out a clock on the wall. Just as the robots catch them, they punch the clock, and there is a bright flash. At that moment, Tommy and Chuckie sit up horrified. Obviously, they've been daydreaming in the playpen the entire time. Chuckie states that being grown up isn't so great after all, but Tommy tells Chuckie that another fun thing about being grown up is to have a house of their own and have babies and get married. Chuckie thinks about it for a moment and realizes that Tommy is right until Angelica comes up and says, "Oh boys, time to play house," and laughs maniacally as Tommy and Chuckie shake in fear. What Angelica does to Tommy and Chuckie, it's unknown.